The breadwinner doesn't make you feminine or masculine. It's just money. There is no number. There is no gender role on numbers. Numbers don't have a gender. So don't try to put a gender on numbers. It's not what it is. If you're comfortable in who you are, comfortable in your relationship, and you and your partner have that conversation, what your relationship about, and you know the dynamic of your relationship, and you're completely comfortable and happy with that, then what's the issue? Why are you getting upset that she makes more money than you? What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I'm your host, Zakka. What is Nerdy Dating? It is a relationship advice podcast from a viewpoint of a nerd here in Kansas City. If you have friends, family, or somebody who's dealing with some relationship issues and have some questions, they need a third party's opinion, have them send to me. Send them to me. Put them in the comment section below and I answer your question on the show. Also, I have TikTok and Instagram, alizakkanerdydating on both those platforms. You can send me a question on there and I will answer it on the show for you as well. Now, let's go and get into today's episode. And the first topic is no finance, no love. So, came across a few TikToks here, and it was a conversation that if a guy doesn't have money, he can't expect love from a female or a partner. And I was like, interesting. So let's go ahead and watch a few videos here, and then I will react to those videos and give my perspective on them. So here's this first video. It is from Really World. I don't know if I said that right, but here we go.
No romance without finance, baby. Call it prostitution all you want. You stupid if you give it to him for free. You stupid. So now, give this man nothing. He ain't paying for nothing. Especially if you want a business, baby. And he got money, you better have that man put some money in your business. And if it don't work out, well, at least you got your business. At least you got some money out of him. Okay? So again, no. Don't give that man nothing if he ain't give you any money.
Okay, so that's one video. Here's the next video, and this is from Moo Naka, and she also reacts to her video. So let's see what she has to say.
There's this one girl on TikTok that came and said that there's no romance without finance, and I couldn't agree more. Like, how are you gonna love me if you don't have money? Because guys, relationships require money, and whether you want to accept that or not is up to you, but it's just the truth. If you don't have money, I just recommend not dating. Unless your hand is okay with basic things, then it's calm. I'm not being mean, I'm just being honest.
I want to play her thing one more time because
there's this one girl
kind of weird.
That came and said that there's no romance without finance, and I couldn't agree more. Like, how are you gonna love me if you don't have money? Because guys, relationships require money, and whether you want to accept that or not is up to you, but it's just the truth. If you don't have money, I just recommend not dating. Unless your hand is okay with basic things, then it's calm. I'm not being mean, I'm just being honest.
Unless you're
or not is up to you, but it's just the truth. If you don't have money, I just recommend not dating. Unless your hand is okay with basic things, then it's calm.
I don't know what she keeps saying right there. Basic things that come.
Just the truth.
Interesting. And both of them didn't give a good reason why. They just said, the first lady was like, unless you're putting money into my business and putting money into my stuff, then what I'm doing anything for, I'm not going to give you anything. And the other one was like, no romance without money. See, here's my reaction to that. As a gentleman, as a man, I would not want to be with a lady who only with me for my pocketbook. I don't want to do that. Because when things get rough, let's say the money doesn't stay here, the money goes away. Let's say you made a business investment or your job lays you off and you lose money. They're going to be quick to hop ship. They're not going to be sitting there and be like, oh, I'm going to stick in this relationship with my man and see this to the end. No, they'll be like, you know what? Screw that. I don't have time for that. I'll go find another man who makes more money, and so be it. They're not with you for you. They're with you for the money. Now, I do agree that you need financial stability. I do agree with that. But if you're content and happy with making 40 grand a year, 50 grand a year, 60 grand, 70 grand, wherever the amount that you're happy at in life, if you're happy with that, then you don't need a woman or a partner telling you that you're not making enough money for you to date me. You don't want that lady. It's not worth your time. She's not worth your time, because the moment that money goes away, she'll be quick to jump ship. Now, my other argument or clap back or rebuttal to them is, what about people who meet each other in college or meet each other in high school who are still together? They didn't have money like that. They wasn't making bank like that. They wasn't doing this, but yet they found love and found a partner to be with them until, who knows how long. So no relationship doesn't require finance. Romance doesn't require finance. It requires money. If you're looking for somebody to pretty much put money in your bank account because you're dating them and you feel like, oh, I'm dating them, they should give me things, they should buy me things, they should put money in my bank, they should take me on dates, they should do all this stuff, then I'm sorry, don't go date a man who they tell you finance to me is not that big of a deal. I have financial stability, but money to me is not the reason why I'm out here dating. Don't look for that guy, ladies. If you want that dude, go find that dude. But man, I'll say be aware of these kind of women. Don't let them drain your pocketbook, because they're not the ones who are going to stick around when things get tough. They're not the ones to stick around. If you're looking for a committed relationship, they're not going to stick around when things get tough. It's similar to the girl with the Cheesecake Factory video where, like, you take me to cheesecake, they're probably going to complain about the kind of date you're going to go on. Nah, I wouldn't even entertain these ladies, because romance can happen without money. 1000%. If she's only looking at you for your bag, then that's not somebody you want to be with. 1000%. So these ladies about no romance without finance. Nah, they're not people you want to date. So men out there who are looking to seriously date somebody, be aware of a lady who only talks about the bank account, who only talks about the money that you're making, only talk about asking questions like how much you're making, all this stuff, and constantly ask you these questions, and constantly want you to buy on things, and constantly want you to put money into them. Are you gonna pay my bills, my rent's late? Are you gonna do this for me? Beware of those ladies, because those are the ones who are only gonna use you for your money, and then when time comes and goes, they'll be quick to leave ship because, oh, you're broke now. What value are you giving to me? I'm sorry, I thought we was in a partnership. I thought we was in a relationship. I thought we was committed to one another and try to look forward to the future. Yeah, this might be a moment right now, but I'm not gonna be broke forever. So I will be cognizant of those kind of ladies. And you meet a girl who only wants you for your income, don't be mad. And you try to follow suit with that. Don't be mad when she decides to leave you. I wouldn't be surprised. Don't be surprised by that. Be like, she told me what she was about. I was trying to be casual. Well, yep, there's your casual. All right, next video here. This is from tonight's conversation. Y'all know I love tonight's conversation. And it's nothing to do with the whole financial thing. We're getting to the TikTok videos. So let's hear what tonight's conversation is talking about.
My question is, if everything else is aligned in the relationship, is it okay if you are not sexually compatible?
Well,
No. If you are in line in all other areas and you are not compatible sexually, there's a lack of sexual or physical intimacy, there's going to create conflict in other areas, okay? And so if this is a person that you're intimate with in all other spaces, emotionally, financially, physically, and then where you really need it, that basic human instinct is not there, you're going to be tempted to find it somewhere else. The temptation starts to be there. You start looking at this person completely differently from what it is that you used to. Then you start being able to identify the other things that you really don't like, and then you elevate those and you try to find it somewhere else, all right? So if you're not getting the buck in the bedroom, baby, if you're not compatible, go ahead and just leave that relationship alone.
let me ask you this question if you don't mind. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Now, let me ask you this question. Do you really want to be getting bad for the rest of your life?
Well, damn. Well, dang. All right. Everything's fine, but you're not, sexually compatible. It means one person, let's say one person has a higher sex drive than the other. A person has a higher libido than the other. The drive is not there. Can a relationship work? we've seen a few Reddit posts. We have read a few Reddit posts where one person's not sexually as active as the other partner, and you hear other people in those posts ask questions like, what should I do? Should I stay in? Should I leave? Kind of thing. Or should I, what can I do to make my partner want me more? If that's what your partner showed you, that this is what I'm at, this is the drive that I have, and you're not satisfied in that, it's okay to say, I want more. I need this in my relationship. And like how she said, if you're not getting that, you're going to become resentful of your partner and be like, why don't you touch me? Why don't you do this? Why don't we have this? And it's going to just trickle into more arguments, more issues. So I do agree, if you're not sexually compatible, if that's not hitting one of your like that's not hitting your piece, and that's a big part of relationships for you, it's okay to be like, hey, we tried it, we dated, we're not compatible sexually. And I appreciate you as a person. You can say I love you as a person. I like you as a person. But sexually, we're just not on the same page, wavelength. I'm going to end this relationship. It's perfectly fine to do that, because the fact that the point of dating is to see if you're compatible and this person fits well with what you're looking for and what they're looking for, and you guys are compatible and mesh well. Y'all don't mesh well. It's okay to be like, I know 50% here is good, but I definitely need this 30% to make it 80%. I need that. And that's something you need and desire, and you want a partner who has a high drive as you, then it's okay to go find that. There's nothing wrong with that, because you don't want to be, like he said, you want to be in a marriage or a relationship for long term and you're not satisfied sexually, because you'll get frustrated and then try to figure out what can you do to get that itch or get that satisfaction and hit that part that you want so bad. So yeah, don't save yourself the heartache in the future. Save your partner the heartache in the future and say, hey, we just don't match on this level. I've done that emotionally. I've told my previous partners that we don't match on this level emotionally, or in sex. If it's sexual, I would just say like, it's the same level. Like we're not the same compatible. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. No, I wish you the best of luck on finding somebody in the future. I know people hate that. I wish you the best of luck on finding somebody in the future, but I genuinely do. I'm just not the one for them. Nothing to say the person was a bad person. Just for me, was not the one, or for them, they was not the one for me, and I wish them luck on the next partner. Next video is another tonight's conversation. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Why is it that many men have a problem with women that have a higher salary bracket?
If the money you make changes your attitude towards men, it's not the fact that you make that amount of money. It's the fact that you're with that amount of money.
No, it's the fact,
Not the middle finger.
Men have been conditioned so long to believe that all you have to bring to a relationship is financial. So when they don't have that, and the woman steps up and says, well, I have finances, what else do you have? And they don't have anything else.
Thank you.
No communication. They can't talk, they can't cook, they can't clean. So really it's because they realize that they're the in the situation. You're the in the situation. And that's the reason why you're acting like that. That's the reason why.
Okay, I kind of want to replay that again, because that got intense real quick.
Problem with women that have a higher salary bracket.
If the money you make changes your attitude.
Okay. Now, what the lady was saying, I do agree why men have an issue is because, men are conditioned to be like the breadwinner. We're taught to be the breadwinner. You're here, you got to make money. And then you listen to ladies online, not all women, but ladies online, they'll tell you, well, he has to make 70K. He has to make 60K. He has to make 100K, 150, 250K. So you hear all this stuff, and then you meet a lady who makes more money than you. The guy who's been conditioned and told he needs to make more money than the lady he's dating, he might be insecure because of the fact that he's been told, oh, well, he's not making money, he's not providing, or he's not making money, she's going to leave him. Like the other two ladies right there in the beginning of this episode, no finances, no romance. So you hear this, and then you meet a lady who's making more money than you, and that guy, he is not secure enough to be like, you know what? That's her money. I'll make my money. I'll make sure I take care of it, both of us. It's cool. She makes more money than me. So be it. But I'm also going to make enough or do enough or play my part to support her in wherever case need be. Now, maybe come down to like he has to be the house, the house guy, the house husband. That's perfectly fine. That's the dynamic of their relationship. And she goes like, you know what? I'm cool making the bread. You stay at home, take care of the kids and family, take care of the household. If that works, that works. That's their prerogative. That's their relationship. That's what works for them. Make sure their team gel together. So as a guy, you have to be secure enough in yourself to be like, you know what? If she makes more than me, how do I feel about that? If you cannot be comfortable with a woman who makes more than you financially, then if that's the only thing you bring to the table, think about that. Like, is that the only thing you want to bring to the table? That's the only thing you bring to the table, your finances to this relationship. And out of that, you're valueless. Is that a good relationship to be in? Is that healthy for you? So ask yourself, take self-reflection, take time, man, to be like, okay, she makes more money than me, but I also bring, you know, a little adventure to her life. I bring a little different piece to her life. I add value to her life in the aspect of, let's go have fun. Let's go off and do things. Let's go, you know, explore this area. Let's go, you know, talk about sports. Let's talk about finances. Let's talk about I bring other things to her life besides just my income. Ask yourself, do you bring, you know, compatibility? Do you bring her joy? Do you bring her a goofy person, a personality? Do y'all do anything besides just focusing on finances? What else are you adding to the value? What other value are you adding to your partner? Ask yourself that. And if you're adding more than just finances, she's going to stick around regardless of the fact that she makes more money than you or not. She's not going to care about that. But then you get a girl who only care about finances. Yeah, you find yourself being insecure, like, oh, she's going to leave me because I'm not making enough or I don't make more. That's that lady's prerogative. But you don't want to sit there and be like, well, I'm not secure enough in my finances to be able to date her. You don't want to be that guy. If you're secure with your finances, regardless that you make less than her, it's okay to date her. It's okay for her to make more money than you. What's wrong with that? Ask yourself that. Are you comfortable with that? If you're not comfortable with that, then go find a lady who makes less money than you making. And if everything works out, you're good. If it doesn't, then you're like, well, I met this lady who hit me. She matched everything on every single level, but she just made more than me. If you're willing to lose that person who adds value to your life, who adds peace to your life, who does all this stuff, are you willing to lose that person because they make more than you? That makes sense to you. You found your partner, but you're like, the 10% that she makes more than me. You gonna throw away 90% for 10%? Come on now. So get over yourself. Become secure in who you are. If you feel like, you know, a lady making more than you and you're like, I'm not comfortable with that, ask yourself, what else do you bring to the table besides just your wallet? I want to be the provider. You can be the provider. You still be a protector without having the same finances. You can make sure she's safe. You can be a gentleman, open the door for her. You can make sure that she, you know, get to point A to point B correct, like safely. You can look out for your woman without having to be, you know, the breadwinner. The breadwinner doesn't make you feminine or masculine. It's just money. There is no number. There is no gender role on numbers. Numbers don't have a gender. So don't try to put a gender on numbers. It's not what it is. If you're comfortable in who you are, comfortable in your relationship, and you and your partner have that conversation, what your relationship is about, and you know the dynamic of your relationship, and you're completely comfortable and happy with that, then what's the issue? Why are you getting upset that she makes more money than you? It's supposed to be a nice conversation episode because I have another video, and let's go hop into it.
Not that men are discouraged from women that have money. It's just that we don't care about your money.
Yes,
I don't.
You don't care about the money? You absolutely do. Yes, you do.
Hold on.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. Love having somebody to take care of. Y'all niggas love having to
Let me get this.
As soon as
The irony is.
Next question.
The biggest irony is that men tend to care about what women say they care about in men. We care about your ability to nurture. We care about your spirit. We care about your heart. We care about your mind.
Wait.
Y'all gonna get all that money.
Hold on.
Because we don't care about your paycheck. We actually care about you.
My spirit?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
They got been right there. Wow.
Are you peaceful?
Tomato,
Do you have a good
tomato, tomato.
personality? Are you somebody I want to spend my time with? Do I want to go on a long car ride with you? That's what I care about.
Did I not just talk about that? Did I not just talk about that? Did I not just talk about the peace and what the person brings to you? What are the values here? Yeah, as a guy, a true man is not going to care about the lady's finances. He's not. He's not. I can't add more to that conversation. Now, as far as do guys think about what money a lady should bring to the table? Well, you can look on some TikToks. You'll find those dudes. And matter of fact, I'm actually about to pull up a few of those conversations here because there are guys who do care about what income the lady's bringing. I didn't think, I shouldn't be surprised where it's, how many billion people in the world, like how many billion people in the world. So I shouldn't be surprised by that, but yep, here we go. Maybe trillions. I don't even know how many people are actually on this planet. But heck, I don't study numbers of people. I just study, relationships and how people communicate with each other and communication. So anyway, let's hop into this one. This is from Mason Talks. Let's see what he has to say.
How much money does your future spouse need to make?
Honestly, it don't matter because I'm gonna take care of her regardless.
It's gonna be $75,000 at least. At least $75,000.
As long as she not like on some IHOP server shit, I'm cool. But at the same time, if she got a plan, then I'm straight.
So she's got to have a professional job.
Yeah, well, it ain't even as long as she got a plan to like, okay, I'm gonna work at IHOP for 6 months. Then be on some bigger shit, then I'm cool. But if like your IHOP is like your last stand, then come on.
Whatever, it's OnlyFans or whatever. Rent is due at the first of the month. You know what I'm saying?
How much money does your future spouse need?
Rent is due the first of the month. So these guys are looking at more of the household equality situation where, well, I don't say equality, but the fact that both people in the house are bringing in some kind of income to help out. He said rent is due at the beginning of the month. He's saying that, hey, I'm not gonna be able to pay for this by myself. We're two people. We're both using utilities, both using bills. Let's go ahead and put some money in together. He was saying he doesn't really care how much money she makes, but he's like $75,000. All right, she makes $75,000. You making $75,000, or how much you making? Y'all both bringing in money. Okay. Like I didn't think there was a number thing that guys think it was numbers, but I guess they are. All right. Let's go to the next video here, and this is from Mason Talks again. He's running it back again. Let's see what he has to say.
No. Okay, of course. How much money does your future wife need to make?
At least 60K.
60K, at least 60K.
60K is a good spot.
as well.
I'm gonna say 100.
$1 million.
A rebuttal.
Sure.
Yeah. Enough to pay for like Whataburger on like Fridays.
Damn. So look, 60K is fair, but if you're the true breadwinner, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. What if she made more money than you?
I clean, I cook, I do dishes, I do everything.
That dynamic. It's the dynamic. What dynamic are you guys bringing? What dynamic of your relationship? He's like, she makes more money than me. That I will be the one in the house. I'll be the one taking care of everything. I'll make sure the house is clean. Cause like I'll make sure I'll bring some money to the table. But if she's making more money than what I'm making, then all right, this is the role I'm going to play in. There we go. So they all said 60,000. That one dude was talking about he was $1 million. He was messing around and he came back with his rebuttal. But that's where these guys are thinking. Bringing some money to the table, not just nothing. And if I ask myself what I expect, the lady I'm with, how much she should bring to the table, or a lady I'm dating, how much money she should bring to the table, I never thought of that. It was never a thought of my being like, oh, she need to make 60,000, need to make 70,000. But there's some guys out there who are thinking that. To me, it's like that dude was like enough money to buy a Whataburger on a Friday. All right, got enough money to go out on a date. Fair. That's fair. To me, it was like, I'm more like, as long as you bring in some kind of income, the amount of the income, I'm not worried about it. I'm not going to be the one stressing over somebody else's income. It's not who I am. Not how it's built. Now, it's not something on my dating list to make sure like she has to make, 100,000 check. That was never something that was on my dating list. It was just like, all right, let's have a job. I don't want a housewife because today's economy, I might not be able to cover a housewife for me and her. I'm just saying, I might not be able to do that. Just being honest. But that's something that person is expecting. Don't look at me to be the one to be like, hey, I'll make sure we got everything as of right now. That's what you're looking for. That's the potential you're looking for. There's no guarantee that I'll make that enough money where I'm covering everybody. I'm sorry, it's not. But I do the best I can with what I got. I guarantee you that. I'll do the best I can with what I got. So it's actually funny about the little romance and finance thing. But I definitely believe, kind of wrapping it back up here before we hop into the Reddits. And I actually have an TikTok question. But before we hop into that, I just want to wrap it back up that I 100% believe that you can have romance without finance. Finance is not the only thing. You don't want to date somebody who only focuses on your finance. You can have romance without finance. As long as you got financial stability, you're good. You're good. You're happy and content, you're good. So I just want to leave it at that. All right, this is from TikTok. This is from Lord Percival Frederickstein. Is it bad that we broke up but said we were gonna wait a week to completely give up on it, but the day after the breakup she was hanging with her ex? Now I did do a version of this on TikTok and I'm gonna give more of an elaborate version of it on the YouTube in the podcast. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. So you guys broke up. You already broke up. But you guys were going to give it a week before you guys officially ended it. But within that 24 hours, she already went back to her ex, which means she already out. There is no thinking about it from here. At this point, you need to move on. Consider your relationship over. Consider it done. It doesn't matter if she went back to her ex. It could be anybody she could have went to. It could have been the dude around the corner or the girl around the corner or whoever her type is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whoever she romantically invested into, that's who she's going to go to. That's who she's going to try to spark up that conversation. It just had to be her ex. But it could have been anybody. And you're like, oh, well, I thought we were going to wait a week. Man, I should wait out. No. Consider it done. You guys broke up. It's over. Now, here comes the most important part for this. Now it's time for you to figure out how to process this. To me, I think you should take some time being single. If you wasn't out of the relationship, because you guys talking about waiting a week, I mean, you wasn't officially over, but she was pretty much done with it. She was already out of the relationship before you guys ended it. You need to take the time to learn about what you want again in your next partner. So take the time to be single. Go out there and just start self-reflecting on yourself. Don't rush into somebody else, because if you rush into another relationship, you might not have time to take the time to cope and take the time to, evaluate yourself and self-reflect on, okay, what am I actually looking for? You rush into somebody else, that endorphins, everything be there, blocking that. Maybe this person that you're getting underneath is not the right person for you. You just need somebody to fill the void of the body that you no longer have, of that partner you no longer have. So take the next 2 months, 3 months, 4 months to learn about what you want in the next partner. Your previous relationship, look at the good things, look at the bad things. Make a list. The good things, write them out. And put them to, this is what I want my next partner, my potential partner. Look at the bad things, write them out. And say, I do not want to look for these things in my next partner. These are things I'm going to avoid. These things will be red flags or deal breakers that I'm just like, okay, I didn't act on them last time, but this time, if I see this issue, I'm breaking it off. It's not worth my time and heartache in the future. Write that list down and look at what you like. The positives, put it there and say, okay, I'm going to look for this in my next potential partner. Look for those positives. You see the negatives, put them down as a red flag or deal breaker. Like, you know what? I don't want that again. I'm out. Take that time and then self-reflect. I would say block your ex on all social media. That way you don't see her. Out of sight, out of mind. Work on yourself. And there will be nights. You want to have a cold Wednesday night where you're like, I wish there was somebody I can go to. I wish there's somebody I can talk to. I wish there's somebody that I can get underneath and cuddle with. You're going to have those nights. But do not give in to that urge of like going back to her. Block her. If you want to get on dating apps, you can do that. But at least be honest that, hey, I just got a relationship. And that's somebody asks you. You can be honest, I just got a relationship, but be honest with yourself. Be like, okay, I just got a relationship. If I take the time to reflect on who I am and what I want and what I'm looking for, or I just want to be underneath the next person. Ask yourself that question. Reflect on yourself. But as far as your relationship goes, consider it over. Consider it compute. It's done. It's not going to work again. Like, I wouldn't say not going to work again, but I'd say it's not going to work for this moment. I don't want to give you like hope or inspire you, but maybe a year from now or 6 months from now, you guys come back in each other's lives and you're like, okay, you know what? I'm giving her a shot, but I wouldn't try giving her a shot a month after this happened. She went back to her ex within 24 hours. You guys saying you guys was done. She was already done in that relationship. So take the time, go work on yourself, and then slowly get back out there. Start with, if you're looking for somebody serious, tell people like what you're looking for and move on. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It is a lot harder done than said. 100%. I've been there. I've been that guy. It's tough. The self-reflection part and taking your time to hop into, before hopping into another relationship is tough. I was single about a year before I got into my next relationship. It's going to be tough. But hang in there. Hang in there. All right. Reddit time. First question. Accidentally swiped on a coworker. Scrolling through Bumble and see someone familiar. Don't see her often because I work on the other side of the building. Thought about swiping right, but decided it could end badly, so I tried to swipe left and my thumb slipped. Not opposed to dating or talking to the person, but I don't want it to interfere with work. Okay, so you accidentally swipe on a coworker. You're not opposed to dating them, but you don't want to interfere with work. To me, I say don't play with your money. That is my opinion. Do not play with your money. Now, you sit there on the other side of the building, so you might not even see them in the office. That's fine. If you feel like you want to take that shot and shoot your shot with your coworker, go for it. But also remember these few things. Remember, one, what's your position? Are you somebody in a position of power? I wouldn't shoot my shot at all. I'd be like, hey, if they match with you and you saw that, like, it was an accident. I didn't mean to do it. But if you guys on the same, status at work, you guys are the same level as employment at work, as in you're not their boss, then if you're like, okay, I'm going to see what can happen. I don't see them on this side of the building. We really come across each other, so we might not interfere with our work. Yeah, go ahead and try to shoot your shot. The worst thing is going to happen, she says no, but you don't even see her in the building and be like, if she does reject you, and I said you haven't even matched. Because you haven't even matched yet. Let's not get too far ahead of the horse. You haven't even matched yet. So, with that being said, if that time comes and she does match with you, then say, hey, if she matches in your Bumble too, so that means she has to match and message you. I would say that time does come. You can have a conversation with her. You don't see her you won't see her at work. She's on the other side of the building, but you won't see her. You can have a conversation with her and see what can go. Be lighthearted. But I wouldn't try to do anything like sexual until you guys on the same mindset and level as far as what you guys want. And she's like, I want something casual. You want something casual? Go for it. At least you guys know where it's at. She's like, no, I want something serious, and you don't want something serious, then I wouldn't even try to pursue her. I'd be like, understand, I'm not trying to pursue this. Work comes before relationship. Don't mess with my money. But y'all both like, hey, we want casual, or we both want something serious, then I'll say go for it, especially on the same levels at work. Now, if you're the boss and she's not on that same level as you, I wouldn't even pursue it because you don't want to risk your job for some tail. I know that sounds horrible, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to risk your job for a girl that you might be sexually attracted to, or whatever the case may be. You don't want to do that. It's not worth your time. But you're on the same level, and you're like, okay, you know what? I want to see where it can go. Go for it. See what happens. Like, Worst case scenario, she says no. Or worst case scenario, she doesn't match you back. She doesn't match you back at all, and therefore you guys are not even, no, she's not into you like that, or she's looking at the job as more of a safety thing and she don't want to mess with her money too. Next question. How do men feel dating women 30 and above? Just wondering if men factor in that women 30 plus may have their bio clock ticking or have experienced that she might be more in a rush to get married or have babies. Do women in their 30s seem more desperate on online dating apps? No. I'd say women in their 30s are more, they know what they want. Put it that way. They don't want to play around. They don't want games. Or if they do, they know, hey, this is what I'm looking for. I want to be casual. I'm going to be casual. They're not trying to be like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to go. They know exactly what they're looking for. Do we factor into the clock? I don't know if men do. Some men might factor into the clock, but also what you want as a guy. As the guy also ask the guy what he wants. If you're looking to be casual and you're looking for a serious partner, and you're looking for like, okay, I'm looking to be married in the next 5 years, looking to have a kid within the next 5 years, then you don't want to mess with somebody who's going to be casual. But if you're worried about the clock as a lady, you don't want casual, and you know, okay, I know what I'm not going to tolerate in my 30s. But if you're like, hey, I'm here to have fun, I don't really care about the clock, I don't care about marriage, I don't care about the babies and whatnot, and there's no pressure on that, then the guy's not gonna have a pressure, not gonna try to be like, oh, he's gonna have fun. He's not gonna sit here and be like, she wants to have a baby by this point. I'm not gonna sure I can provide that. But there are some women when I was dating that like told me like, hey, I want to get married by this point, I want to do this by this point, I want to have kids by this point, and then I was thinking like, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet. I'm not sure if I'm ready to be able to provide for somebody who's like, all right, I'm planning on taking off work for a year to take care of the kid, which 100% valid. I wasn't sure that I was able to do that. I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to settle down as in like a full-fledged marriage for the next 2 years. I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. Like, I need at least a year to date you. And you're telling me right now that we're not even like a year in, and you're already telling me like, hey, I'm looking to be married by 2024, and like it's only beginning of 2023. Give me time. So, do men factor into that? Some men might. Some men might look into it and be like, okay, well, she might be more serious, but it all comes down to the lady's intent. And the guy needs to ask her what her intentions are. If she's like, no, I'm looking to be married by this point, or you wouldn't provide that, or can you do that? The guy would say either yes or no. I'm actually going to be married too, or I'm not. And then that lady would make a choice whether she want to be with them or not. So, but women in their 30s, to me, because they know what they want, and they also have experience, they know how to have a more fun time without all the stress and the bull crap of dating somebody who's in their early 20s. They wouldn't be somebody who's like worried about every little thing. They'd be like, all right, you're not gonna message me? Cool. I'm not gonna deal with you. Or you're not gonna message me? I know what I want. I'm not gonna play around. They can cut straight to the chase, and they're not worried about losing somebody. I will say that 100%. Women in their 30s are not worried about losing somebody. They'll tell you exactly where you sit at, and it takes a lot of the guessing game out of dating. Next question. My boyfriend 31 keeps a hidden album of him with past women. Need advice. My boyfriend has a hidden album with videos of him and past women having intercourse or having a hook or hooking up. Earlier in our relationship, I brought it up, clearly saying I wasn't a fan of it, however, did not ask him to delete it. He kind of brushed it off like, oh, he never looks into it or never looks at it. We are now going on 4 years and he still has it with videos of me in it as well. I feel some kind of way because I'm in the album, so she's in the album, with all his past relations, and he clearly goes back and watches this like adult content. I have no issue with adult content. They are strangers, but something about the fact he looks at these old memories is strange to me. I feel like when a man is really ready to commit to you, they wouldn't want to keep something like this. I also feel like I shouldn't have to ask him to delete it. The only videos he should have are the one of us. Is this a sign he's not truly ready to commit, or should men be allowed to keep these things? I don't know. What's y'all thoughts? Red flag? I would not say he's not ready to commit because of the fact that he keeps videos of his exes. Now, would a part of him go back into that memory and be like, you know what, this is just adult content for me at this point? Yeah, I would say he could go back and just look at it like that. He might compartmentalize it as like, this is just a past person I'm never gonna come in contact with again. I just look kind of like a blank face to me, and it's just a video. I would say he could look at it that way, but I will look at the way he acts towards you as like commitment wise. Is he saying I love you? Is he taking you out on dates? Is he making sure you're taking care of it? Is he meeting your emotional meter, your love language? If he's doing all these things to make sure that you feel special and great, then I'll say he's ready to commit. But the fact that he has these videos here, and you say you had no issue with adult content, you actually look at adult content as strangers. So it's not the fact that it's the videos itself, it's the people in the videos. You have to ask yourself, are you okay with this? Are you truly okay with this? Is this a red flag, or this is a deal breaker to you? And when you first brought it up, you said you wasn't a fan of it, but you didn't ask him to delete it. That's where you should have like told her, hey, you know, that first year, can you delete these videos, please? I'm not a fan of you having your exes. Any other stranger, any other adult actress, I'm fine with. I'm fine with. But the stranger, but your exes who you know, it just hits too close to home for me. And it makes me feel uncomfortable. I will go up and ask him, say, hey, I know I know I didn't think it was a big deal, and I try to sit with it, but actually this is eating me up. I would appreciate you if you could delete those videos. It made me feel better. It made me feel like our relationship. Make it about you. Say it made me feel like our relationship would be more stronger. It makes me feel our relationship is more intact and secure if you could delete the videos of your past. I understand they're your exes. I understand they're your past, but it rubs me the wrong way that you are watching videos of you hooking up with people that you have been in relationships with. It just makes me feel some kind of way. Ask about that. Ask can he delete it. Now, if he looks at it like, you know what, I'm not going to risk my relationship or continue to argue over this, I will delete it. You're in the clear. If he was like, you know what, I don't want to delete it, I want to keep this bank of memories and go back and access them whenever, then you know right there that like you have a decision to make to say, you know what, this red flag has now become a deal breaker of mine, so I just don't feel secure and comfortable with that. I'm going to leave. Or be like, you know what, there's other hills to die on. Go have that. Go have it. I'm not going to worry about it. But it's the fact that it's 4 years and it still bugs you. Maybe you need to look at it and say, you know what, I can't. I thought I could be cool with this, but I can't, and I'm going to move on. That's fair for you to do that. Your boyfriend, girlfriend. You can say, this didn't work out for me. I don't want to get married to somebody who goes back into a bank of memories and constantly, get off to their exes. And put it in those terms. Put it into like how it makes you feel and how you want to, strengthen the relationship by getting rid of those memories. Those are his memories. And if he like, you know what, I do value our relationship, and you say like you can say it makes me feel like our relationship not as valuable as it could be or not as strong as it could be. Make it about you. Don't try to put it on him. Don't try to say, well, you shouldn't do this as a man. You shouldn't do that. No. Don't do that. Make it about how you feel and let him understand where you're coming from. Don't try to call out names. Don't try to make accusations. Just say, this is how I feel about the situation. This is how it makes me feel. I just don't feel comfortable, and I feel like our relationship in my eyes, it doesn't feel stronger because of those videos. I will say this though, at least he's honest with you about those videos. At least he's telling you that he has them. Okay, he could be hiding them the whole time, but at least he told you and shown you like, hey, this is on my phone. That means something. He could have never said anything. You would have gone, another 4 years, never known that stuff existed. So I would say props to him on that, but at least tell him how you feel and how you thought you can get over it, but you can't get over it. Next question. Boyfriend rarely says I love you, but he shows it. To be fair, I rarely say it first myself. He is a man of few words. He chintzy with the compliments too, but he asked me to move in and he's been looking for places since his is small and he knows that I need an office, and he just took me on a surprise day trip for my birthday. He cooks me romantic dinners. He makes me tea just the way I like it. Every morning I'm there. He told me, he hold my hands while we sleep. We have amazing chemistry. We never argue. We laugh a lot, but the lack of words make me insecure. I don't say anything because I don't want to discount all the wonderful things that he's done. Asking for a compliment or if he loves me seems kind of silly and desperate. I don't know. I guess I'm just venting and hoping someone will talk some sense into me. You guys have different love languages. Your love language is words of affirmation. His love language probably acts of service. And currently, he's showing his love language by doing all these things for you, but your love meter is not getting hit because you want more words of affirmation. You want to be heard that he loves you. You want to hear that more. It's okay to ask your partner, ask your significant other, and say, "Hey, I love you, babe, but can you say, or it would be nice to hear you say, I love you." I would ask like. I love you, babe, so much. I will feel more appreciative, or I will love to hear the phrase "I love you" more. I understand you're a man of a few words, but I will love to hear that. It makes me feel appreciative when I hear "I love you." I would tell your partner like, "Hey, can we have a serious conversation? I feel appreciative when I hear the phrase "I love you." There you go, right there. That's how you want to tell your partner. I feel appreciative. I feel loved the most when I hear words of affirmation. When I hear "I love you." When I hear that I think you're gorgeous. I hear I think you're beautiful. I hear that you say that I feel like my love meter increases. And say it to your partner. And he hears that and he knows that's how you make you feel special. He's going to start saying "I love you" more. He's not going to just keep it rare. He might make it. It might not be every day. He might do it 2 times a week. It might turn into 3 times a week. Say like, I want to just hear, more, not just more often. I want to hear, and men we love numbers. So because we're more, we're problem solvers. Like be more problem solvers. So you say, I love to hear "I love you" at least 2 times a day, morning and night. He's gonna if he wants to continue to be with you and he putting the effort in now, guarantee you he's going to send you a text message or say "I love you" when he sees you at least twice a day. He's going to start. But you have to tell him how you feel. You feel special. I feel special when I hear the phrase "I love you." I feel wanted. I feel appreciative when I hear the phrase "I love you." Tell that to him. And when you do that, he's going to be like, I got you. So your love meter is not being hit. Your love language is not being hit. His is probably acts of service. Yours is words of affirmation and advise them, hey, I think my love language. Another way to learn this, play the game, or not play the game, but go online, take the love language survey quiz to see what your love language actually are. And if he sees that like, oh, that's what your love language is, I'm gonna do the best I can to make sure my girl feels special. I'm gonna try to hit these love languages. Last question, and we're gonna call it a day. I think my boyfriend hates me. I'm 22 female, have been dating my boyfriend 22 male for about 1.5 years. We've gone through so much in our relationship, but we love each other dearly. My boyfriend doesn't really compliment me or praise me. Don't get me wrong, he calls me beautiful when I'm dressed up, but that's the extent of it. I'm not looking for him to worship me, but a compliment every 2 to 3 days would be nice. He also doesn't ask me much about what I do, what excites me, aside from the occasional how's your day. He hates when I post on social media because he is afraid that I'm doing it for attention and/or other guys will hit on me. So I never get any compliments on anything I post there. He also mentioned that he hates holding the door open for me because he thinks I'll get used to it. He also doesn't like laughing at my jokes because he says it'll boost my ego. He also hates when I wear any showing outfits because he thinks I'm calling for attention. I have this gut feeling that he's built a lot of resentment towards me because we've gone through so much together and we hurt each other so much unintentionally. I think that he resents me so much now that it comes out in other ways. I'm afraid to go to him with this because I brought up feeling a bit unappreciative lately and wanting more compliments. He always says, "What I compliment you so much, I do so much for you. What should I do? What am I doing wrong? Am I being delusional?" Y'all love each other so dearly, but yet you have this list of things here that you say he doesn't want to compliment you, that he don't boost your ego, he doesn't want you posting, he don't want your ego boost. You just be upfront and honest with him, like, hey, my love language is words of affirmation. I do want to feel appreciative. I do want attention. I want attention from my significant other. I will value that so much. It will make me feel so good if you can do that for me. Y'all been dating for 1.5 years and you feel like he's not valuing you or giving you attention. You're going to go seek that somewhere else. You're going to go make a social media account and post on it, regardless if he wants you to do it or not. I don't want to open the door open for you because I don't want you getting used to it. A gentleman should open the door for his lady regardless. And he doesn't want to take that stuff to show that kind of chivalry. To me, tell him how you feel. Tell him that, like, this would make me feel appreciative. This would make me feel love. This would make me feel like I am valuable. I want to hear compliments. I want to hear, I would love to hear compliments. That I want. I would love to hear compliments. I would love to hear compliments. It makes me feel like I am, wanted and valuable. I feel like I have your attention. Now, he said, I don't want to boost your ego. No man shouldn't say that to his girlfriend or wife or fiance or partner. No man should ever say that. I don't want to boost your ego. You want to boost your partner's ego because who else is going to boost it for him? If you don't boost the ego, then somebody else is going to boost it for him. And that person, your partner, is going to go eventually grab that attention for somebody else. So he's on the verge of losing you by being that way. And you say you love each other dearly. Well, we don't know that. You say you love each other dearly. He probably doesn't. Just being honest. So my advice to you would be, tell your partner, I would love it when you give me attention. I would love to hear compliments. It makes me feel love. It makes me feel appreciative. It makes me feel that I am, wanted. It makes me feel like somebody desires me. And if he doesn't want to change that, which he sounds like, I do all this for you. The fact that he's throwing all this stuff in your face, I do this for you, I would say if he continues that conversation, I do this for you, he's keeping a checklist, call it quits. It's okay. Y'all dated for 1.5 years, this relationship run its course, and that's perfectly fine. Go be with a man who's going to hit your love meter, who's going to hit your love language. Go be with a partner who's going to do that for you, because he's not going to do it for you. You don't want somebody who says, I don't want to boost your ego. You want somebody who say, I got you, babe. I'm going to hype you up. I'm your hype man. You want your supporter. You want your partner to be your number one hype man. You want that. Because they're not your number one hype man. Who else going to be? It's hard to be a number one hype man yourself, but you also want your partner to be the same thing. So, to me, tell your partner, I feel appreciative. I love it when I hear compliments. I feel appreciative. I feel desired. I feel valuable. And they're like, and he's not like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give you compliments. I don't want to boost your ego. They say, you know what? I didn't need my ego stroked. I love you, but I will have to end this relationship. I need that. I need this for myself. This is what makes me feel loved and valuable, and I want this. I don't want to feel like I'm not wanted. And it's easier to do it right now when we are not got a ring to it or all this other stuff to it. It's easier to end it right now versus trying to prolong this and find yourself suffering down the line. So that's my advice. What do you guys think of this episode? What do you guys think of some of the questions that I answered on here? What did you guys think? Please put in the comment section below. Also, you guys can send me questions at alizakkanerdydating on Instagram and TikTok. Also, you can put in the comment section below on this episode here. Also, you can do it on Facebook as well. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating and keep being awesome. I love y'all. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating you want to put in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.